Satellite imagery has emerged that indicates that the UK Royal Navy aircraft carrier HMS Queen Elizabeth is underway in the South China Sea, while the Chinese People's Liberation Army Navy flattop Shandong is also in these waters, though the two ships look to be sailing on opposite sides of the disputed body of water, at least for now. The appearance of the British flagship in the South China Sea had been anticipated, but it still carries a significant message as the United Kingdom and its allies look to further challenge China's expansive territorial claims in this region. A Twitter user appears to have located the two aircraft carriers in the South China Sea, separated by around 580 nautical miles of water. The Shandong looks to be underway just south of Hainan Island, where it is home, ported within a huge People's Liberation Army, Navy, or planned base. Meanwhile, the imagery indicates that HMS Queen Elizabeth is somewhere between the coast of Vietnam and the island of Borneo. According to the Hong Kong-based South China Morning Post, HMS Queen Elizabeth entered the South China Sea for the first time on Monday. The same source noted that the relationship between Beijing and London is expected to deteriorate further as Britain carries out military and economic actions that frustrate Beijing's ambitions in this region. On the British side, there has apparently been no official confirmation so far of CSG-21's presence in these waters. At the same time that CSG-21 appears to be underway in the South China Sea, these same waters are also hosting a U.S. Navy Surface Action Group, or SAG, which is drawn from 3 U.S. 7th Fleet task forces and includes the Arleigh Burke-class destroyer Us-Kidd and the Independence-class Littoral combat ship Ulysses Tulsa. This is, according to the Navy, the first time a deployed LCs and a guided missile destroyer have joined to form a surface task group, with the LCs having had a notably troubled service career so far. Although unconfirmed, there are meanwhile reports of planned maneuvers underway around Hainan, which could involve the Shandong. This is China's second aircraft carrier, constructed in China along very similar design principles to the former Kuznetsov-class carrier, Liaoning, which has been in service since late 2019, if it is taking part in an exercise of significant size and scope. The Shandong would also be accompanied by its own support assets. That CSG-21 would enter the South China Sea had long been expected as part of the 26,000 nautical mile cruise that plans to take in visits to 40 nations, as well as various bilateral and multinational exercises. In a statement in April, UK Defense Secretary Ben Wallace said, "When our carrier strike group 21, SEAG-21, sets sail next month, it will be flying the flag for global Britain, projecting our influence, signaling our power, engaging with our friends, and reaffirming our commitment to addressing the security challenges of today and tomorrow." Although not making specific reference to the South China Sea before the departure of CSG-21, the UK Ministry of Defense also noted that the deployment was intended to bolster already deep defense partnerships in the Pacific region, where the UK is committed to a more enduring regional defense and security presence. The arrival of CSG-21 is part of a wider uptick in UK interest in the South China Sea, and the Royal Navy plans to permanently assign 2 offshore patrol vessels, HMS Spy and HMS Tamar, to the Indo-Pacific region from August this year, as well as contributing a littoral response group, or LORGEN. The future.